Tips: develop an action plan, implement, evaluate, and revise. In the previous videos, we looked at identifying a problem, developing a hypothesis, discussion, and selection of a solution. Once a solution has been selected, it's time to develop and implement an action plan. Then evaluate the impact of the plan and revise as needed. In the problem-solving portion of the notes form, for each action, identify who is responsible for the action, when it will be completed, the goal, a timeline, how fidelity to the plan will be measured, the effectiveness of the plan, and any relevant updates. When identifying who will be responsible, be specific and avoid general groupings like team when possible. If the team will truly be equally responsible for an action item, consider identifying the person who will be coordinating or facilitating the meeting. When planning for long-range goals, identify the tasks that should be completed before the next meeting. When identifying a goal and timeline, it's a good practice to keep it smart. Be specific by clearly defining your goals. Ensure that your goal is measurable. A good question to ask yourself is, can progress towards this goal be charted or counted? Strive to make the goal achievable. In doing so, you will create opportunities for your team and students to celebrate. Select goals that are challenging but realistic. Do your best to keep the goal relevant. The more priorities you have, the less time and resources you will have to address the priority. As much as possible, align your behavioral goals with team, department, and district objectives. And finally, keep your goals time-bound. For long-term goals, identify intermittent benchmarks for your team to check their progress against. Some of the different types of goals that can be written are as follows. Percent reduction, which is an overall reduction in the percent of incidents taking place. Absolute reduction, identifying a threshold to remain within. And satisfaction level. This information can be gathered from your staff. Fidelity measures are critical and often overlooked. It's important to define a clear enough plan that all staff can know what's expected of them. Having an objective way of measuring how much of the plan school staff is actually doing is a critical function of an effective team. Many teams get caught in the trap of believing that an intervention has failed when in reality it never really got implemented. The fidelity measure is an attempt to bridge the gap between plans as they were intended and plans as they're implemented. Teams should identify how and when fidelity will be measured, outline the process in meeting notes, and review implementation status at meetings. There's a lot of power in being able to tie effect or outcome measures back to specific practices that are being developed and implemented by the team. Finally, don't forget to review notes from your previous meeting to evaluate your progress. If for some reason your plan's not having the desired effect, make revisions and try again. If, on the other hand, you're meeting your goal, celebrate and continue to monitor. Thank you for watching, and see our website for more information.